From BLC Studios in Mankato, Minnesota, this is the Maverick Hockey Live Podcast, presented by Duncan, with your host, Shane Frederick.
This is the Maverick Hockey Live Podcast, presented by Duncan. I'm Shane Frederick, I'm the host, and joining me today is Reggie Lutz, a senior forward for the Mavericks. How you doing today, Reggie?
Good, Freddie. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. This is great to have you on. And I guess, first of all, I just got to ask, you're coming off a big weekend, a tough weekend, a really good split with St. Cloud State. How are you and the guys feeling after that weekend?
Yeah, it was a hard fought weekend. Body's a little sore on Sunday and Monday, but cool to get good days of practice, getting ready for this upcoming weekend. But team's feeling good. Morale's still high, so we're feeling really good going into this weekend.
I had a chance to talk to both Coach Hastings and Brett Larson, the coach of St. Cloud State, and both coaches were in agreement that it did not feel like a early October series. We all know it was number 1 versus number 2 in the country. And it felt like a game between 1 and 2 versus in the country, that might be played in March or April.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you just describe maybe whether it was the pace, the physicality, the general feeling of that series? I
think it's just the way both of our teams are structured and the way we play. I mean, we don't like giving other teams a lot of time and space with the puck, and neither does St. Cloud. And I think we both did a good job of taking time and space away from each other, and you had to make quick plays. Felt like you said, like kind of February, March hockey. So felt kind of weird that it was October, but yeah, it was just kind of the almost a playoff feel to it with not a whole lot of time and space out there, making quick plays, banging bodies. I mean, everybody's finishing their checks. So just kind of the way that both of our teams played made it feel like it was later on in the season rather than an October game.
Yeah, I would say it was a pretty clean battle too, for as physical as it was. Just watching the two teams play, I mean, that was kind of there weren't a ton of special teams opportunities. Obviously, you guys win 1-0 on a power play goal on Friday night, and you guys fall 3-1 on Saturday. I believe they had a power play goal in that as well. Just the one power play goal, I believe, right?
Yeah, just that one. But I think usually early on in the year, there's a little bit more penalties. People are out of shape. Teams are not conditioned well enough. A lot of stick penalties, tripping, hookings, and stuff like that. But I think us and St. Cloud are in pretty good shape. There wasn't a whole, like you said, not a whole lot of penalties. So not a whole lot of special teams, but we were able to get one on Friday, and that helped us win. And they got one on Saturday to help them win. So
yep. And you scored the lone goal on Saturday night's game, prevented the shutout. Obviously, I'm sure you guys would have liked to have gotten that one a little earlier in the game to get the crowd in it. It seems like they did a pretty good job of taking away opportunities and second chances for you guys on Saturday. And it's just tough when you have a crowd like that. You want to get them going early, and if you're a road team, you want to keep that crowd out of it.
Yeah, exactly. We like to use our crowd as an advantage. So for that to happen to us on Saturday, it's not a good feeling to they stayed out of it for a lot of the game. St. Cloud did a great job keeping them quiet. So yeah, just for us, we like to use our crowd to our advantage, and we didn't do a great job of kind of getting them into the game right away on Saturday. They got 2 goals in the first and just kind of, made it, hopefully for that what they thought a boring game after that, just kind of keeping the crowd quiet, making sure we didn't get a whole lot. They were blocking a lot of shots. We couldn't get a whole lot going in the offensive zone. So credit to them. They played a great game on Saturday. Yeah,
I think they had 17 block shots on Saturday, and something you guys pride yourselves on too. So two teams that were, really a lot alike and really close. And it's interestingly, you're still 1 and 2 in the country after that weekend. It seemed like the college hockey observers saw that series and said, "Yep, they're the 2 best teams. Let's keep them where they're at."
Yeah, just like we kind of were talking about before, just kind of the pace and kind of type of game that we played. Is like just what we thought 2 good teams going at, and they got the better of us Saturday. But yeah, they hats off to them. They played a great game, and we played a good game Friday too. And like you said, the college hockey people thought it was 1 and 2 going at, and kind of left us where we were. So
what was it like this weekend playing in front of a crowd, after last year, all the way to the Frozen Four, and, limited numbers at best in every arena, if not empty arenas in certain places. to go out onto the ice. And I know you played last weekend at UMass, and they had a really big crowd there on the first night for sure. But to be at the Mayo Clinic Health System Event Center and have 4,500 people there on Friday night to skate out for warm-ups and then for introductions to that crowd, what was that like after a year away?
It was really special. I mean, like you said, we kind of got a taste of it in UMass. We came out for warm-ups on their banner night, and it was almost full capacity by the time we went out there for warm-ups. Their fans were getting into it right away, booing us, throwing some chirps. So we were excited to get back into our home fans and kind of play in front of them and give them something to cheer about. But it's a special place to play at Mayo Health System Event Center. So, but like I said, we love playing in front of our fans, and they're really special to us for our home ice advantage, and we take advantage of that every time we play at home. So, something we take pride in.
Yeah, even for me on Friday night, it felt like a homecoming of sorts. Just the people that were around and people coming up and to the press box and talking to the folks up there and just kind of like it felt like a really fun reunion and welcome back to college hockey. I mean, last year was obviously very special for you guys, but I think for the fans to kind of be able to be back to some normalcy and see a good team playing is pretty special for them too.
Yeah, for sure, especially with the Friday night, the banner drops, and then Saturday night honoring Bluey and all that he's done for us. So the fans had 2 great nights, I thought, to kind of get back in the arena and feel a little bit of normalcy again. We really, really love that. Love playing in front of them. So it was a fun first weekend. Hopefully we can keep that crowd coming back for more games and keeping that energy up for us and for them as well. So
you brought up Darren Blue. It's there was a very nice tribute to him before the game on Saturday. Longtime assistant at MSU. Hopefully a soon to be podcast guest. I got to bug him a little bit about that. We'll try to get him on maybe in the off week. But after 21 years as an assistant, he stepped down and off to the private sector. I'm sure he's still going to hang around. But a really nice tribute. What does he kind of meant in your time here? I mean, you spent 4 years with him.
Yeah, a lot. Big reason why I'm here. He kind of did a good amount of recruiting with him and Notter before I came here, so I really got to know Blue pretty well. And obviously throughout the 4 years, he's been so good to us, whether that's on the ice or off the ice, making sure we're taking care of our academics, kind of making sure we're getting our degree on the ice, pushing us, making sure we're getting better every day. So it was definitely tough seeing him go, but it was, like I said, really cool to see that video on Saturday and honoring Bowie, but he's still around the rink quite a bit. He'll pop his head in the locker room on, like, even we had a morning skate on last Tuesday, but he just came in and said hi to us. So really nice just seeing him around the rink. Like, he's not out of town, he's still here, which is nice. So he can come and go as he please. The door's always open to him, and he knows that. So
and a great tribute with Tim Jackman and Ryan Carter and David Backus and Chad Brownlee and Coach Bros, Coach Hastings, and Jen Blue, Darren's wife, and son Carter. It was just a really, really cool tribute, and I think you can find that on YouTube, and it's been tweeted out a few times. If haven't had a chance to see it, check it out. It's pretty cool. Let's I mentioned you were with Bluey for 4 years, and which means you're in year 5 now, taking advantage of the opportunity to get an extra year that athletes are getting from the NCAA. Is that something, when that was announced, that you knew you wanted to do right away? What kind of went into that decision for you?
Yeah, I kind of think about it a little bit. Thinking about the future, what I want to do, because they announced it pretty early in the season, and throughout the year I would have talks with the coach and kind of see where I was at every month or so. He wasn't pushing or anything, just kind of wondering where I was at. Then once the year ended, just kind of sat back and reflected, and kind of the way that the season ended, we were so close and just kind of came up short. So that went into a lot of me coming back, just knowing that we're gonna have a good team this year again, and kind of developing my game some more, and spending one more year in Mankato. I love the city, so love the people here and love the team. So for me, it would have been a hard thing to leave here. So I thought I'd take advantage of it and start my master's and get one more year of hockey here.
So you did graduate last year? You're in graduate school now?
Yep.
Okay, what was your degree in?
Sport management.
Sports management. And is that what you're going for your master's into, continuing that?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So what does that mean for the future beyond hockey?
Maybe someone in the front office of a sports team, preferably hockey, or even someone like television production or something like that. So it's what my dad does, kind of really interests me. So
okay, excellent. That's great. You graduated last May then?
Yep.
Okay, very good. So Bluey would be happy that you got your degree. And
yeah, he's always pumped when people get their degree. That's for sure.
And when you chose to come back, I mean that's one of the things that you're known as a goal scorer and a shooter, and it's certainly a player who's beneficial to any team to be able to have opportunities to score goals and do that. What did you know what your role would be coming back? Did you feel like it would be different as kind of as an older player, as an elder statesman? And we had Jack McNeely on the podcast earlier this year, and he came back as well along with you. Is there a different feeling coming back as a fifth-year player? Does it feel different at all?
A little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say I had to change a whole lot with the way I played, but more so just kind of being a leader, setting an example for the younger guys, kind of taking more responsibility, off the ice in the locker room and stuff like that is something that I kind of feel like I've taken a step in this year. So for me, like I said, nothing on the ice, just making sure I'm developing my game more and more every day. Not that I'm trying to take any steps back or any days off, but what I noticed was just in the locker room and trying to be a good role model for the younger guys and the underclassmen. So
we've talked about this before, when I would write some stories, and it's something that Coach Hastings would bring up, and it's about you as a shooter. And it seems like there's something about an ability that the coach talks about, being able to get shots off in difficult situations, quick shots, many lead to goals, or certainly difficult situations, rebound opportunities, that sort of thing. What is it about your shooting ability? Is that something that came naturally to you as a young player? Is it something that you worked on? If you get a chance to watch any highlights of Reggie Lutz, it's kind of fun to watch a quick release on his shot, being able to shoot the puck at weird angles. Maybe some of it's unconventional, I don't know, but sometimes you can't just get yourself set up square as quickly as you want to, and if you can get a shot off, even better, right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, some is practice, some is just kind of natural, I guess. I mean, ever since I was younger, I would just go in the garage around my yard, and my dad would always make a home rink in the wintertime. I just screw around out there and shoot pucks, so I don't know if it was a little bit of both, but I mean, I just love to shoot pucks, and it stuck with me for however long I've been playing now. So I guess enjoy just shooting pucks.
Would you try different things? Would you do different things that you saw? Were there people you tried to model your game after, or people that you looked up to?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I would always, not specifically one player, just enjoy watching highlight videos, I guess, when I was younger, and kind of seeing the way different players scored goals. I mean, now I kind of watch Kucherov a lot whenever he's on TV. He's such a great shooter and goal scorer nowadays. So the way he kind of finds open ice and the way he's able to get a shot off is something that I try and model my game after too. Just the way that he's able to shoot the puck, and it's not so much being able to shoot it, but also trying to find the space to where the open ice is too, to be able to have enough time to get a shot off as well. So that was something that I enjoy watching Kucherov do.
And it's funny. Hockey's a game where you expect everybody that wants to score, but some people, passing is more natural to them. Some people shooting's more natural. Some people are pretty good at doing both. Is there any reason why you think that happens? Is it a mentality thing? Is it some people are trained and figure out that they're better at one thing or another? Because it seems like you need both. You need some pass first guys, and you need some shoot first guys, and you need some shoot first guys to remember to pass, and you need some pass first guys to remember to shoot.
Yeah, I think when you're younger, you kind of have a mindset. I mean, I guess, I don't know, you kind of figure out as you get older. I mean, when you're younger, you make it to this stage, usually one of your better players in your team, you're able to shoot, pass, score, and all that. But once you get to a certain age, maybe you stop scoring and become a passer, or you stop trying to make the pretty plays and just start shooting the puck. And you kind of figure it out as you get older, what kind of game and role you're going to play. So I guess to me, ever since I was younger, I've always been just a shoot first kind of guy. So, but other guys, I think, is kind of a mindset. They're pass first, whether it be on a 2-on-1 or something like that. So,
I mean, you and I have joked about that in the past when I used to write some stories. I'm sure there's probably more than one story where I wrote some story where you made a pass to Jake Jaremko and he scored, and we would talk about how it's usually the other way around. And I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was more 50-50 than any of us really thought. But he always seemed to be known more as a passer, and you being the shooter, and then the relationship that you guys had going back to your days at Elk River and then playing in Chicago and then playing here. So I don't know, maybe I made too big a deal out of it. Maybe it was the easy story to write, but sometimes it seemed like it made some sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess ever since we played high school together, it was probably 70-30. I would shoot 70 of them and he'd maybe shoot 3 of them. So I don't think you're too far off with that. He was kind of more of a pass first kind of guy, and I was a shoot first kind of guy. So that's probably why we played so well together, but I would say you were right most of the time. Me shooting more often than Jake did.
You miss having him around?
Yeah, it's weird not playing with him. I mean, played the last 4 years here with him, and even going back to Chicago and my high school days with him. So it's different, but it's also nice to kind of play with some new people as well and see how I do. So it's definitely different, though, not having him around.
Yeah, and you had the 1 year when you were in Fairbanks, right, where you guys weren't playing together. Yep. So let's talk about that a little bit. So you graduate from Elk River. You're going to play some junior hockey. You end up in the North American League in Fairbanks. This is not a strange or different road to college hockey. It's more and more what you're seeing in the junior route, or hitting that North American League and then the USHL and then coming to college hockey. But what was that like for you to leave home and go to Fairbanks, Alaska, and then go to Chicago and then come here? That's a lot of miles.
It's, at first it was kind of hard because that was the first time I was away from home, and I'm going all the way to Alaska, Fairbanks, where it's dark all the time, cold. So it was definitely a kind of a culture shock for me. I mean, obviously I'm used to the Minnesota winters, but nothing really compares to Fairbanks up there. So, but it was a fun experience. Wouldn't change anything. I really had a great time up there in Fairbanks. And then after my 1 year there, I just thought it was time to go to the USHL and kind of, develop my game even more, getting ready for college hockey. And I was lucky enough to be kind of I didn't get drafted in the USHL draft, so I could pick and choose what tryout I want to go to. And Jake was playing in Chicago, and one of my other buddies, Matt Kierstead from Elk River, was in Chicago as well. So it's kind of an easy decision for me to go and play for Chicago. There's a couple of guys that I knew already, then Wyatt was there as well. So it's kind of nice how that kind of worked out. Chicago is a great place, a lot different than Fairbanks, kind of a 180 from
right.
Nobody to basically, it was a lot different, but I had a blast both years, every place I played in. So it was, like I said, I wouldn't change it for the world.
And, you won a championship with Fairbanks, and you won a championship with Chicago. You got to the Frozen Four last year at Minnesota State, and you got an opportunity this year. I'm guessing you'd like to try to get that third ring of some kind.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not really sure how many people have been able to do that, if any, so that'd be something really special for me. So like I said, part of the reason why I came back for my 5th year was, hopefully finish the deal this year. And like I said, I had a bittersweet taste in my mouth last year after the way kind of the season ended. So thought I'd give it one more shot.
Was that tough? I mean, it's such a great experience to get to the Frozen Four, and you guys did. You did win that first NCAA game, and then you got the other one to get the regional championship and get to the Frozen Four. And I know everybody wants more, and you want that opportunity. But how tough was that to in that game? You probably felt like you, and especially after maybe the way this season started, knowing that maybe you could have done pretty well against UMass in the championship, and certainly the way the St. Cloud game went, really could have gone either way. It just mattered of, with them scoring so late, it got really tough.
Yeah, it was like you said, kind of the way we opened up with UMass. We were obviously like everybody wants us to make it to the championship game, but yeah, it's still early in the year. We got a lot of work to do, and still a long way away from playoffs, so still got to put the work in every day. But I think we got a special team this year as long as we're coming to the rink every day, ready to work, get better every day. But yeah, going back to last year, it definitely felt it was a great ride at the end there. It felt great to get the monkey off her back, and Quinnipiac kind of towards the end of that game, we're like, oh geez, here we go again, like blowing another one. But it was able to make a few plays in the Quinnipiac game, win that one. Then I think we played a lot more loose against Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
We, I didn't feel like we had that curse on us or anything like that. We just kind of felt more normal, more us, and we played a great game against the Gophers. And then, like you said, Frozen Forest last, I think it was 54 seconds left, they scored that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a heartbreaker. So
yeah,
not the way we wanted to end, but it was definitely a cool experience playing with Frozen Forest. So we got that taste in our mouth, and hopefully, I know we all want more. So
let's get into this season a little bit. I mean, this year is you start off at UMass, you win 2 games, you play St. Cloud State in a tough series. This weekend coming up, you'll play Providence on Friday night, and then either UMD or Michigan on Saturday. And I mean, this is kind of been the theme of the podcast every week. We talk about this meat grinder of a schedule. Mm-hmm. Now that you're 4 games in to this 6-game non-conference schedule, all against, I think Providence is in the top 10 now, so I think it's all going to be top 10 teams. Do you like it? Is it? Would you like a little breather? What do you think of it so far?
I think we all love it. We love the grind. I mean, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and I think we're playing some of the best in the country right now. I think we went into UMass, they were ranked 1 preseason. St. Cloud was ranked, I think, were they 1 or 2 going?
That would depend on the poll. It was either 1 or 2.
So,
yeah,
I mean, we were excited when the schedule got released. The kind of start that we had, and we almost kind of look at it as a miniature season. We got those 6 games. We got the off weekend after, so. I mean, it's a great way to kind of measure where we're at after the first 6 games, whether we need more work offensively, defensively, and to kind of figure out where we need to go from there. So, but I know we were all really excited with the start that we had with playing UMass, playing St. Cloud, Providence, and either Duluth or Michigan. So we're all looking forward to the challenge, and we got 2 more left, and then we got the off week, and then into the conference play.
Into the CCHA. Hey, I got it right. I've been saying WCHA every week, so now I have to at least acknowledge. Yeah, this weekend is the icebreaker at Duluth, and should be a fun weekend of college hockey up at Amsoil Arena with the 4 teams that are playing there. What a great field that is. I mean, and I think that's, as a fan of college hockey, and I think I can speak about other fans of college hockey, it's no better, right? It gets no better than that. It's what you want to see. You want to see those top teams play each other, those top teams outside of the conference, and to get those opportunities to see great hockey games and great hockey programs going against each other right away in the season. Then you go into a grind of a schedule where the CCHA this year with Bemidji State's looking pretty good, Bowling Green. Michigan Tech is off to a phenomenal start. Yeah. It's going to get no easier.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this year it's nice having non-conference games. Obviously, last year we were just playing in the WCHA, all those teams. So this year it's a lot of fun playing different teams outside your conference. But yeah, the teams this year in the CCHA, there's some stacked teams. There's going to be a really tough competition. I think personally, this is probably going to be the hardest conference that I've been here before, or that I've played in here. So I mean, like you said, Bemidji's, they got a heavy team. They're going to be hard to play against every night, and kind of what you're going to expect playing against them. It's going to be a hard fought battle. Michigan Tech's really heavy. They got some skill. They're going to be really good this year, and the list kind of keeps going on and on from there. I mean, Bowling Green, like you said, and so this is going to be a really tough year in conference. It's going to be some good games, and we're all looking forward to it.
One other thing I have to ask you about that I'm sure you're looking forward to is Hockey Day Minnesota. Now things are starting to come out about that. I think tickets went on sale today. You guys will be playing St. Thomas on Blakesley Stadium. First of all, how excited is the team and you for that opportunity?
Yeah, it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, we're all looking forward to it. It's going to be, a special day. I was lucky enough to play in a Hockey Day Minnesota in Elk River outdoors, so this will be my second outdoor game, but that looking back on the one in Elk River is something that I'll remember forever. And seeing what this one, I mean, I still have memories of that day and just kind of the way it was set up. It was awesome. So hearing stuff that they're gonna put in for us for the Hockey Day thing, kind of the event that they have going on, is gonna be a really special week, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun for the community. So we're all looking forward to that.
Sounds like it's a twice in a lifetime opportunity for you, Reggie Lutz.
I was lucky enough.
Well, I think we're all looking forward to that, and it's a ways away. There's a lot of hockey to be played between now and then, but I know the town's starting to get really excited about it, and I think just the community support around it is going to be pretty special. Sounds like.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, there's starting to be some tickets released for it. I mean, the beer's out, the Hockey Day Minnesota beers, so the buzz is starting to get more and more every week, and the community is really excited for it, and so are we. So it's gonna be a fun week. Very
cool. One thing I'm going to ask you about, just jumping back to the St. Cloud State Series that I didn't mention earlier, but Dryden McKay tied the NCAA record for career shutouts with his 26th shutout, tying Ryan Miller of Michigan State, and a longtime NHLer and Olympian. What was it like that night? I'm sure you're all looking forward to the time when he, breaks that record. You think it's inevitable, but shutouts are hard. What was it like for the team that night rallying around Dryden?
Yeah, that was really cool. I think everybody kind of knew what he was on the verge of doing. So once he did that, we were all excited for him. And even in the locker room after, everybody was, pumped up, giving him a hug, saying congratulations. And nobody deserves it more than he does. The kind of the work that he puts in every day on the ice, off the ice, nobody's more deserving it than he is. So to see him put in all that work and kind of be rewarded for it is really cool. So we're looking forward to hopefully him breaking the record. So that'll be even more special for him. But yeah, that night was a really cool night for him, and I'm sure I don't know if his family was there or not, but he was really excited about that one, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone would have guessed that he would get 2 in the first 3 games, especially given that schedule. But I'm looking forward to talking to him a little bit about it. And really, I think Saturday night even proves how hard it is to get a shutout. I mean, 2 of the 3 goals that get by him that night go off your guys, unfortunately, and it just happens. There's bodies around the net, and a puck goes off a skate and goes in. Strange things happen. Goals go in strange ways, it seems. And
sometimes you need a little bit of puck luck.
Yeah, and the fact that doesn't happen all that often enough where you get 26 shutouts in just over 3 years of work is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, he's deserving of it. He's worked really hard, and we're all really excited to see kind of what he's done and what he's accomplished, and we're excited to be part of it. So
you're a shooter. You're a shooter. How often do you score on him?
Not very often in practice. It's tough. His angles are unbelievable. I mean, it's not like he just comes out for games. He's randomly good. I mean, even in practice, he's really tough to score on. So, it obviously helps us out a lot in practice too, shooting at a guy like that. So yeah, it's not like it's just he goes out for games. He's magically good. He's good all the time. So
that's good. It makes you better too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and hopefully you're making him better.
Yep. I'd like to think that a little bit, but I don't know.
Let's see if I can remember that when he comes on here and ask him if how many times he's stopped you. Maybe he'll say the same thing.
It's definitely stopped me more than I've scored on him. So.
All right. Well, hey, I really appreciate you joining the podcast today. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Freddie. It was a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Reggie Lutz, everybody, good luck this weekend up in Duluth with the Icebreaker Tournament. Should be a lot of fun. And that'll do it for this week's Maverick Hockey Live podcast presented by Duncan. I'm Shane Frederick. He's Reggie Lutz. I'll see you next week.